my name is Tori. This is Novel Life. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a September and October new releases video. So in today's video, I'm chatting about books that are coming out in September and October. I was going to do November, but I already have 30 books just for September and October. So this is kind of like my fall TBR, new releases. It's going to have fantasy romances. It's going to have fantasy. It's going to have contemporary romances, dark romances, all of that. And I'm so excited to dive right in. Like I said, I spent the morning kind of like researching new releases that are coming out that I can't wait for, and some that I didn't even know that were coming out. So with all that being said, I have 30 books to chat about. I will be going in date order. I figured date order was better than like by genre. You can let me know in the comments which one you prefer when I do my kind of like November and December one. Now, if I know anything about these books, I will let you guys know and I will chat about them. If I don't know anything, I will have the book linked in the description box below with the author and the date if you want to go ahead and pre-order or check out these books. With all that being said, let's go ahead and dive in. So September is first. I love September. September is my favorite month of the entire year. Not only is it the start of fall, it is also my birthday month, and my birthday is at the end of September, so that means I get to celebrate all September long. Minus my husband's birthday in the middle of the month. He gets like a day or two, but I get the rest of the month, and I'm very excited. So September 2nd is a big release. The first one coming out on September 2nd is Burn Bright by Becca and Krista Ritchie. So this one, I actually just opened this package yesterday from Bloom Books. This is like a spin-off series of all the Cobalt kids. I loved Connor and Rose Cobalt in the Addicted and Calloway Sister series, so I cannot wait to dive into this book. I just opened this package yesterday from Bloom. I was not expecting an arc. Like, I never know what I'm gonna get for them. This is a thick girl, okay? Like, it is 700 pages, so I cannot wait to read this. I'm gonna be diving into this sometime this week, but I'm very excited for this one. All I know is it's a spinoff. Ben is living with his brothers in Manhattan, New York, going to college, and then he meets this girl. She is a grumpy punk rock girl with a troubled past, and Ben is like having a secret, or he's keeping a secret from his brothers, and she helps him keep that secret. That's all I know, but I know some of my friends gave this 5 stars. They said it's one of the best books of the year. So I'm very excited for this one. Another book that comes out September 2nd is Every Step She Takes by Alison Cochron. So this is a sapphic romance. I do have a physical arc of this one. It's on my spinny bookshelf by my desk. I am so excited that I was able to get an early copy of this from Atria. I definitely want to read it. I don't know what about September 2nd is like all about the blue covers, because this one's also blue. I just know that this is a sapphic romance. I really enjoy Alison Cochron's writing, so I can't wait to dive into this one. Also on September 2nd, Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. Like, I have been waiting for this book since she announced it. I love the Divine Rivals duology. It's one of my favorites that she's written, and apparently this book is set in kind of like the same world. I don't know anything other than that. I think I heard something like it's maybe with a god and a human, maybe. I could be totally wrong, but all I know is it's set in the Divine Rivals world. That's all I need to know. I'm pretty sure it's a standalone. I don't think she said it's part of a series, but I'm very excited for this one. I did not realize that it came out September 2nd. I thought it came out later in September, but it's fine. I will be going to Barnes & Noble and picking up my copy as soon as it comes out, because I cannot wait for this one. And the last one I have for September 2nd is The Good Girl Effect by Sara Cate. So Sara Cate has this brand new series. I don't know anything about it. I just know that she writes a little bit on the darker side, contemporary romances. So if this sounds up your alley, definitely go ahead and check this one out by Sara Cate. September 9th also packs a punch. There are a ton of books. There's also 4 books. So the first one at the top of my TBR is Wild Card by Elsie Silver. This one comes out September 9th. I cannot wait. This is the last book in the Rose Hill series. I'm very excited. I love the color scheme of this. I do think I am getting an e-arc of this book. I just don't know when I'll be getting it. I don't remember the date that I was going to get it, but I'm very excited for this one. This is an ex-boyfriend's dad, which, let me tell you, when she put this little teaser at the end of Wildside, I was not prepared. Like, my jaw dropped, because Elsie Silver likes to like take things there, right? Like, she likes to write forbidden stuff, but I don't think she's ever wrote an ex-boyfriend's dad. Make it like a small town with Elsie Silver banter. Like, sign me the hell up. I'm so excited for this one. Like, I'm a big fan of this series. I love this series. The second book is still my favorite. I just emotionally connected to the character, our female character in particular, but I cannot wait for this book. Cannot wait. I'm so ready. Give me everything. The next book is Eldritch. I think I'm saying that right, by Keri Lake. This one also comes out September 9th. So I did read Anathema, I think it was last year around this time, and I'm so glad this is coming out in September, because it's kind of like the sequel. You're seeing these characters again, and I really like that we're kind of diving back into her like fantasy romance, like dark gothic vibes, and for fall, that's what I'm like literally making my TBR for fall, and it's all dark gothic books. It's all dark gothic books that I cannot wait to read, so that is one that I'm very excited for. We also have The Bells by Lacey in Dunham. I think it's Dunham. I do have a physical copy of this book from Atria. I always kind of do this series over on my Patreon where I read through some of my physical arcs. So I put like 3 or 4 books in a vlog and I read them to give them my, my thoughts on the book and see if they should pick it up. So this will definitely be one that's included in there. I love the cover. The pink is calling me, and I don't know anything about it. When I requested it from Atria, I read the summary, but I don't remember it. I remember being very excited so much that I requested a physical arc of it, so I'm ready to dive into this one. The last one for September 9th that I have is Picture Perfect by Tessa Bailey. So this is, I think, part of a series. If not, it's just a sports romance. I think it's something with a pitcher and a hockey player. I think she's the pitcher and he's the hockey player, or I have it vice versa. I read the blurb and I was like, this is a mix of 2 sports that I was not expecting. Tessa Bailey doesn't always work for me, but I may give this one a try because I do have a physical copy. I was sent this from the publisher. So, I'll give it a try. Maybe this is the Tessa Bailey that like really hits for me, and I love it. On September 16th, I have 2 releases. Then the first one is You're Next by Tate James. So if you would have told me I would have fallen in love with a Tate James Why Choose Romance series, like I would have said, are you joking? I read, oh my God, it's not Watch Your Back. What's the first one called? Dear Reader. I read the first book, Dear Reader. I listened to the audiobook in literally one day. I ate this book up, okay? It ended on a very wild and shocking cliffhanger that I was honestly not expecting, but I do have the second book downloaded. They are available in Kindle Unlimited, but I got the audiobook because the audiobook narration is amazing. Each guy, there's 4 guys, and each of them has a different narrator, so it's very easy to keep them separate. Now, this is the 3rd and final book in this trilogy, so I'm kind of waiting to pick up book 2 in September because the 3rd book comes out on September 16th. So I'm like, I know book 2 is going to end on an even wilder cliffhanger. That's what I've seen a lot of people's reactions to book 2, but I am very excited for this. I love this series, and I'm very excited to see where these characters go. I will say that the Why Choose doesn't really kick in the first book. She just kind of like is interested in the different guys in different ways. Like she's getting to know them. I personally like that in a Why Choose romance, so I have high hopes that this is going to be a favorite series of mine. The other book that I have coming out on September 16th is Hopelessly Teavoted by Audrey Goldberg Ruoff. I'm probably pronouncing that last name wrong. I'm so sorry. I am so excited because this just looks so cozy, so cute, like perfect for October. I do want to do kind of like a fall cozy readathon over on my Patreon, so this might be one of the books I pick up for that. I do have a physical arc of this book from Atria too. Atria just spoils me, and I'm very grateful for that, but I really am excited because Hopelessly Devoted reminded me of Hopelessly Devoted by Grease. That is one of my favorite songs. I love Grease. It's one of my favorite like movies I grew up with, so I'm very excited for this one. I just think it's super cute, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's a cute cat in the cover, and that always gets me. Okay, September 23rd, well, the week of like September 23rd through the 26th is packed. I have so many books, so I'm gonna kind of rapid fire through them really quickly. So September 23rd, Alchemised by SinLinYu. You bet I am gonna be ready for this, okay? I am so excited for this book. When I tell you Manacled, which was the Harry Potter fanfic that now has been republished into Alchemized, I love Manacled. I don't know shit about Harry Potter. I didn't read the books. I barely watched the movies, but I loved that book. And I think that the core message of Manacled is going to translate really well. And I heard that it's around the same amount of pages. It's like 1,000 pages. I don't care. I will be sat and ready for this book. I am so excited. I'm so glad that the publisher is not putting anything with the Harry Potter lore as the marketing. It is completely on its own. Like, they're marketing it as a normal fantasy romance, and I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. I am ready to be emotionally destroyed because Manacled emotionally destroyed me, so I'm ready for it. I am ready. Okay. Also on September 23rd, Bad for Business by Kat Singleton. So I'm really excited for the second book in this series. I read the first book in the spring, summer, and it was a perfect like summer read, country club vibe. I love the colors of the first book, and this book is also giving with the blue and the green. I'm so excited to read this one. I think all of her books are on Kindle Unlimited if I'm not mistaken, so definitely check out this one when it comes out on the 23rd. We also have The Primal of Blood and Bone by JLA. So I know that this one was supposed to come out, I think in July, if I'm not mistaken, but she pushed it back to September. And this is the 6th book in the series, if I'm not mistaken. This is the 6th book. And I think she said that this is not the final book in the series. She has another book that she wants to release early 2026. So I am a big fan of the From Blood and Ash series. It's one of my first fantasy romance series that I've really dived into back in 2020, 2021. So it's very nostalgic to me. So yes, I will be very excited for this book. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up on release day because I'm like, at least it's not the end of the series. I'm always like bittersweet to say goodbye to some of my favorite characters. So I do want to read the companion novel. What is it called? Visions of Flesh and Blood. I do want to read that first because I know it's kind of like a catch up, kind of like all the lore that's happened in the series. So it's good, like a refresher. So I definitely want to read that one. Okay, September 23rd, we also have The Second Death of Locke by V.L. Bovalino. Ooh, I don't know anything about this book, but when I saw this, there was like lists of like books coming out in September. When I saw this cover, I was like, I need a copy for my shelves. I don't know what it is about this cover, but I love it. I love it so much. I immediately added it to my want to read list. I cannot wait to dive in. I don't know anything about it. I think it may be a fantasy romance. I like to go into blind with a lot of fantasy romances, or I just know like the very basic, like enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, rebellion, trials, anything like that. I don't know anything about this book. I don't care. I want to read it because of the cover. 100% cover read. So I think it's gorgeous. Okay. September 24th. Rising Rain by Tessa Hale. This is the 3rd and final book in the Wolves of Crescent Creek series. I love this Why Choose paranormal romance. I think that the wolf shifters are amazing. All the guys are very different. I, of course, have my favorites. I always have my favorites on Why Choose romance, but I do love all of them. I love Ren. I love her story, and I can't wait to see the conclusion because Eclipse Empire ended on a pretty big cliffhanger too. So I'm very excited for the 3rd and final book. September 25th, we have one book, and that is The Gingerbread Bakery by Laurie Gilmore. So this whole series is super cute, super adorable, and I think I read the Pumpkin Spice Cafe last year in fall, and I think I read the Christmas one around Christmas. I read Cinnamon Bun Bookstore last year in fall, and the only one that I haven't gotten to is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House, and then the Gingerbread Bakery. I love gingerbread, so I'm very excited for this book. Not that it has anything to do with gingerbread, but the title is, giving me life. And I'm very excited for this because I think that this whole series is just super cozy, super sweet. I'm very excited for that one. Okay, September 26th. I don't know anything about this book. It may be an Omega verse, but it is The Fang Arrangement by Sarah Blue. When I was making my list, I saw this book and I thought it was super cute. I love the pink cover. I just thought it was super, super adorable. And I know Sarah Blue writes Omega verse. I have read Omega verse in the past. So I just thought it was cute, especially going into October. Paranormal fantasy, I'm all here for it. And on September 30th, we have 3 releases. The first one is Burning Daylight by Emily McIntyre. So I know Emily McIntyre is pretty well known for her dark romance series. It's like Hooked is the first book, and I read, I think 4 out of the 7 in that series. This is, I think, a small town romance by her. I know she has another small town romance series that I have not read, but I love this cover. I love the kind of like watercolor vibe, so I'm here for it, and I will be picking that one up. We also have the first holiday book. Okay, Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace is coming out on the 30th. I personally think that's a little early, but I know a lot of people will release holiday books end of September, beginning of October. So by the time November comes around, people have already talked about it and people will pick them up for the holiday season. So I don't know anything other than it's a holiday romance by Hannah Grace. There we go. And then the last book on September 30th is Princess of Blood by Sarah Hawley. I actually read the first book by this author. The first book was Servant of Earth, and I think I ended up giving that book 3.5, 4 stars. And so I was interested because it does end on a major cliffhanger, and I thought it was interesting enough, so I definitely want to add this to my TBR. Will I read it as soon as it comes out? I don't know. I want to read more about it. I really haven't heard anyone talk about this, so I'm very excited for the second book in the series to come out. Let me know if I should pick this one up. Moving into October. Okay, like I said, September had a lot of releases. I'm pretty sure I missed some from October. It's hard to find a farther out book releases, but on October 2nd, we have Unveiled by Greer Rivers. So this is the first book, I think, in a new series. I love Greer Rivers. I think she's an amazing writer. She writes darker romances. Phantom by Greer Rivers is one of my favorites. It's like a fan of the opera retelling set in New Orleans, and I loved it. And this one, I think, is about like a ballerina with a bad boy. That's all I know. She's been teasing the artwork, and I think it's gorgeous. I love this cover, and I really want to support her, so I want to shout this one out. This comes out. She did push it back a couple of weeks. She was traveling and stuff like that, so she didn't get around to like everything that she wanted to do with this book, but I am very excited for this one. On October 7th, Mate by Ali Hazelwood. So this is the sequel? I don't know if it's a sequel, but second book in this series by Ali Hazelwood. Bride was the first book. I read that last year. I gave it 4 stars. I really loved it. It is an interesting, like, fated mates thing with between, like, a vampire and a werewolf. Well, that's what Bride was. I think with this one, it is a wolf and maybe another vampire. I could be totally wrong, but I will be sad. I will be sad because I had a really good time with Bride and I want to see what she does with this book, so I will be ready to read this one when it comes out. October 7th, we have a new release by B.K. Borison, which is Good Spirits. So B.K. Borison, her small town romance series, I finished up, I think earlier this year. I finally read the 4th and final book. Now this one I think is like a ghost or something. It's giving Ashley Poston vibes with kind of like a ghost type thing, and I'm here for it. I'm going to try and read it around October when it comes out. I feel like it's good for like paranormal, but also it's giving kind of like Christmas vibes, like holiday vibes. So I'm like, do I read it in October? Do I read it around the holidays? I don't know. The next book is Secret Haven by Catherine Cowles. This one comes out on October 21st. This one I cannot wait for. It is Kyle Fallon's book. It is the last book in the Sparrow Falls series, which is a little bittersweet, but I'm so excited to see Kyle Fallon's story. I'm so excited for everyone to read it. I cannot wait. Everyone needs to catch up on the Sparrow Falls series so you can read this book when it comes out. On October 28th, I have 5 books on October 28th, and that's the last of the books. I have The Defender by Anna Huang. This is the second book in her sports romance series, following a soccer player. I think it's a soccer player and someone he is like fake dating, if I'm not mistaken. I know that Anna Huang really teases this book closer to release, so I have a feeling in September and October we'll get more teases and more information and more all about this book, but I am so excited. I really loved The Striker by Anna Huang that had chronic pain rep. I really love that one, so I cannot wait for the next book in the series to see what she does with it. Then I have Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. So I read Blood of Hercules? Oh my gosh, is that the title of the book? What is it called? Yeah, Blood of Hercules. Now, supposedly this is supposed to be Why Choose. First book is not really Why Choose-y, but the ending of that book really got me, okay? I think it's more of like the first book is like setting up the Why Choose situation, and the second book we really dive into it. I personally like Why Choose romances like that. It gives me a chance to know the guys all separately before she like dives into all of them, you know what I mean? Like, I liked them to have like their own kind of personality, and like I can tell them apart because sometimes I can't, aka like the Den of Vipers. I could not tell all the guys apart in that book. I DNF'd it, but like I was like, who's who? What is going on? So I like Why Choose romances that do that. So I have placed the audio hold at my library for this book. It's been placed for months now, and I cannot wait to get to it. So I hope I'm one of the first people in line, I think, to get it so I can read it on release day. We also have My Dark Ever After by Gianna Darling. So this is the second book in this duology, and the first book is My Dark Fairy Tale, which is a very interesting, like a really quiet girl learning, like exploring Italy and stuff like that, and she is almost ran over by this mafia boss, but she doesn't know he's a mafia boss. She finds out later in the book, and that is a whole drama. And this is the second book to that, so we get to see more about it and then get their HEA in that book, and I'm very excited. The last 2 I'm going to mention are 2 that I totally did not know that were coming out until I looked it up. It is The Everlasting by Alex He Haro. So I have only read 1 book by Alex He Haro, which was A Starling House, and I really like that. Very atmospheric, gothic, all the vibes. I really enjoyed that, so I put this on my TBR. Also, Christy from Christy Reads a Lot has read a lot of Alex E. Haro books, and she said they were really, really good, so I have high hopes, and I want to get to this one. The last book I have is A Curse of Shadows and Ice by Katerina Mora. A lot of you guys may know Katerina Mora as like the billionaire contemporary romance author. She writes a lot of like rich guys, morally gray a little bit, stuff like that, and she has a ton of books like that. She actually published a fantasy romance indie like years ago. I've never read it. It was taken down a while ago, and I guess now she's republishing it. I think it's with Bloom Books. I could be totally wrong. I don't know who actually it's with. Is it with Atria? It's with a publisher. Cannot remember the name. But this one, I'm really excited because I really enjoyed Katerina Mora's like kind of billionaire stuff. So I'm excited to see what she does with the fantasy romance. So we'll see if I get to this one, but let me know if you are interested in her stuff. I love when authors try new genres. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I think it may work in this situation for Katerina. So those are just all of the books that I have that are coming out September and October. You can let me know if I missed any, because I probably did. It's a lot to kind of research all of these different sites, like publisher websites and stuff like that, to compile it. If you guys have any recommendations for me coming out in September and October that I missed, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to add them to my TBR. September. If you made it this far and you want to let me know, leave me a like orange leaf emoji for like fall. You know, fall is coming, and September and October are prime fall months, and I'm so excited. So leave me an orange leaf emoji in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content for me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.